Like, it's really, really frustrating because anything can be fake news. And like, some of what they claim is fake news. Like, if you just look at the definition, it counts like the stuff that the news sites are posting, the HuffPost, that Keith Olbermann and others. Like, Keith Olbermann has on his Twitter timeline. I'm like, I don't even know why I still follow this loser. But it's totally sensational. It should be just a fake scripted show. Like, I don't even understand what happened to him. Like, I don't know. It's just so bewildering, I really think.
It just allows people the whole fake news narrative. And I think we talked about this yesterday. It simply allows people to or put their hands over their ears and go la 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 whenever they get information they don't like. Because ultimately the internet doesn't work in a way in which you can actually stop the dissemination of information. So all it does is allow anyone who doesn't like a story to claim it is fake, and therefore pick and choose their facts. It allows people to pick and choose which facts they would like to use in whatever argument or decision making they want, and create brand new realities. Because you know what else was fake news? The Washington Post posting 16 anti-Bernie ads in 24 hours about Bernie's sex.
No, what was fake news? What was fake news was Jonathan Capehart's takedown piece about the picture that really was Bernie, and how he doubled down and dug up the photographer's ex-wife to prove that the picture, even though she was not there when the picture was taken, but she somehow had some recollection later on about something. And all this is because people might have thought that from looking at the picture, even though they weren't actually there, that was really actually somebody else and not really him, and blah, 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 blah. And it was a simple thing that Bernie had gotten the haircut between the two different pictures they were comparing. But Facebook compares, it says it's a false news story. And it says examples are purposefully fake or deceitful news. A hoax is proved by a reputable source. So purposefully deceitful news is what we get a lot from these mainstream media outlets. And even when you report stuff, like they're reporting things, like you have Harry Reid again tonight. And again, Harry Reid's on his way out, right? He's not going to be in this anymore. He's not going to, there's no, what repercussion is Harry Reid going to have for saying whatever the hell he wants to say, for saying that definitively Donald Trump in his campaign. And here's the problem I have about things like Donald Trump has been in collusion with the Russians, because this didn't just happen overnight, right? The Russians didn't just all of a sudden pop up like, hey, dude, we're going to do this. We're going to help you win. Like, like you had to have been developing and building relationships. So again, this says to me, Hillary and Bill have bad fucking judgment, right? Because if Bill sits Hillary down, and Bill sits Donald down, like, hey, you should run and blah, blah, blah. Let's do this. Huh? The DNC thought this was a good idea, right? They thought having him up at the top. And so this is what's so fascinating. Like, they've known, like, what's coming out right now is not new. They've been saying this stuff since like July. There's like really no new information. They just allegedly think that they have the way that the information got, because this is what they're talking about. What they're talking about is the WikiLeaks. They're not talking about someone tampering with voter records, as we saw happening in the primary. I don't know if you guys were watching back then, but Michael Salamone, friend and family member from Progressive Army, he talked with Ben about how not only was his, information changed ahead of the New York primary without his knowledge, consent, or anything, his mother's was too. Someone had changed his mother, who is a lifelong Democrat. She was all of a sudden a Republican, and they had the printouts and stuff to prove it. He had to drive hours to a judge to get his court order to be able to vote. Because remember when that was happening in New York, people had to go get court orders to prove, so they had to go before a judge. Like, this has been an insane election cycle, but hey, Russia released some emails, and that's the biggest problem we have. Like, this is just such horse crap. It really is horse crap.
It really demonstrates because I'm less concerned. It's been impossible to concern myself with the Republicans and what they've been doing for roughly about 4 months, because the Democrats have been so bad.